Well, hey, hi, hello there, friends. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you my personal to-be-read collection.
Oh.
Yeah, as Leo says, there's a lot, more than I thought. Let's jump into it. First stack I have chillin' here are all of these Sarah Dessen books. So I actually went to a yard sale, and they had an entire stack of them. Yay! There's so many. Oh my gosh. It's going to take a while to get through these because I still have all those library books, although I've already read 3 of them. So we're making a small dent, but yes, I have this Sarah Dessen collection. Excited to read these. We've got That Summer, which follows Haven. There's her father's wedding to Lorena Queen. Local television, Weather Pet. Then her sister Ashley's wedding to Boring Lewis. And Ashley's old boyfriend Sumner Lee shows up and sparks Haven's memories of summer when her parents were happy, her sister was carefree, and everything was perfect. Or so it seemed. So that should be a good one. This entire stack, I think I have maybe like 2 or 3 that I actually bought at the store. Yep, that's life owning a husky. Sorry about that. And the rest are thrifted or from yard sales. Anyways, moving on, we have The Truth About Forever, which is about Macy. She's basically looking forward to a very boring summer while her boyfriend Jason is away at brain camp. Something unexpected happens, such as a catering job at Wish, her sister's project of renovating a beach house, and she meets another boy, Wes, with a past and a truth-telling taste for truth-telling. Gosh, can I read? Hello. And an amazing artistic talent. We shall see how that one is. We've got Just Listen. This one's about Annabelle Green, the girl who has everything. That's what she portrays in her modeling shoots, but her life is far from perfect. Her friendship with Sophie ended bitterly, and her older sister has an eating disorder that is weighing down the entire family. She meets Owen, intense, music-obsessed, and determined to always tell the truth. That one looks really good. Dreamland. This one is a thinner one, so probably one that I'll end up reading here shortly. This one says, ever since Caitlin started going out with Rogerson, she's fallen into a semi-conscious dreamland where nothing is quite real. He's magnetic, compelling, and dangerous. Being with him makes Caitlin forget about everything else. Her missing sister, withdrawn mother, and lackluster life. Next, we've got some books that are more probably towards the end of summer. They're kind of like fall, spooky themed, I feel. This one looks like it should be Pretty Little Liars, and it does because it says it is the author of Pretty Little Liars. But that's what intrigued me. I picked it up and I was like, that looks like Lucy. So this one's basically told from the perspective of social media influencers. It's like 5. 1, 2, 3, just 4. 4 girls. One of them is named Scarlett. She's styled to perfection with a perfect boyfriend named Jack. To everyone watching online, their lives seem perfect, but are they really? Then we have Fiona, who is the kind of girl for whom a crowd parts. No wonder she's always smiling, but on the inside, she's a hot mess. And when someone comes out of the shadows with a secret from her past, it won't just embarrass Fiona, it will ruin her. Don't go check your phones. That was mine. Sorry. We've got Jasmine. She grew up in the spotlight. A child star turned media darling with 20 million followers. Huh, that'd be nice. The post of her in classic Lulu C rainbow skirt practically broke the internet. But if the world really knew who Jasmine was, her perfect life canceled. And last, we have Delilah Rollins, who says the rush of getting likes is a drug she can't get enough of. Now that she's in LA, she's standing on the edge of something incredible. Everything's gonna change. She has no idea how much. That one should be really fun to read. We've got As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale. This one is pretty much following your mostly Beauty and the Beast story. However, Belle has a mom who comes back. And when Belle's in the Beast's castle, she touches the enchanted rose and has images of the mother she believes she would never see again. Stranger still, she sees that her mother is none other than the beautiful enchantress who cursed the Beast, his castle, and all his inhabitants. Shocked and confused, Belle and the Beast must work together to unravel the dark mystery about their families, 21 years in the making. That's a cool take on that. So that should be very interesting. I keep saying interesting, but they do sound interesting. This next one's called Bring Me Your Midnight. It is about Tana Fairchild. Her life's been planned out since the moment she was born, and she's to marry the governor's son and secure an alliance between the witches of her island home and the mainlanders. For years, her coven released their access magic into the ocean during the full moon. But Tana misses the midnight ritual and fears her power will consume her until she meets Wolf, of course, a guy from another coven. He practices dark magic and refuses to dull their abilities in accordance to the alliance. So he teaches her dark magic, and the sea grows violent. Her coven loses control of the currents and puts everyone at risk. She can't let the witchery down, but she also can't give up Wolf in the way his wild magic makes her feel. But if she doesn't choose a path soon, duty or love, she will lose everything to the sea. A sea witch! We've got Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This is a very, very pretty cover. Look at that. All the fall leaves. That's going to be fun to put out at fall time. This one is about Lucy, who lives in New England town of Briar Glen, where everyone loves all things autumn, and she's a barista at a coffee shop. As the first fall leaves descend upon Briar, Lucy and her mom gear up for the busy season. But then Java Junction, a multinational coffee chain, opens a store literally across the street, home of world-famous pumpkin spice lattes. And Jack Harper, the new kid in school, Lucy's secret crush, is the son of the owners. That one should be nice to snuggle up with a blanket and probably apple cider towards the end of summer. We've also got Falling Like Leaves. Again, cute little details. This one says, perfect for anybody who starts up their annual Gilmore Girls rewatch at the first sign of fall. Called out, guilty. This one's about Ellis. Her senior year, she moves from Manhattan to Bramble Falls, Connecticut. And in the wake of her parents' separation, she and her mother end up there. Basically, the town is charming but full of distractions, like local barista Cooper Barnett. Ellie's one-time Ellis's one-time best friend and first kiss, who's had a major glow-up but wants nothing to do with her. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Gilmore Girls. That'll be a fun one. And then we've got this one, The Glittering Court. Love the cover. Very pretty. It's from the author of The Vampire Academy. This is about Adelaide. I have no idea how you're supposed to say her name. It's Adelaide. Adelaide. She's a countess who has to pretend to be a servant to join the Glittering Court, which is a school designed to transform impoverished girls into upper-class ladies. She naturally excels in her training and makes a few friends, the fiery Tasman and the beautiful Mira, and manages to keep her true identity hidden from all but the intriguing Cedric Thorne. When she discovers that Cedric is hiding a dangerous secret of his own, they work together. Alright, next up we have The Grandest Game. This is part of the series, the sequel follow-up series to the Inheritance games. So I love that, love that series. I have been struggling to get into the sequel. I've got one more book to buy from this series. I believe it's Glorious Rivals, but yeah, I will end up getting into this one, hopefully at some point here soon. Next, we've got You've Reached Sam, and yes, I thrifted this purely because of the cherry blossoms. This one basically is Dustin Theo, who the author weaves grief, regret, and second chances into the book. Basically, it's about Julie, who has her future completely planned out with her boyfriend Sam, attending college in the city. But Sam ends up passing away, and Julie skips the funeral, throws out all of his stuff, and tries to forget him. But a message that he left behind in her yearbook forces memories to return. Desperate to hear him one more time, she calls his cell phone just to listen to his voice. However, Sam picks up the phone. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes Julie fall for him all over again, and with each call, it becomes harder and harder to let him go. I think this sounds so sweet and probably super sad. So, yeah, that's going to be a hard one to read. The next one is Stolen Midnights, the most beautiful cover. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is about Ren. So Ren is supposed to receive a magical gift from the Fates on her 18th birthday. Unbeknownst to her, Damon, a cold and hardened thief, has been hired to steal her gift and enchanted locket. When he does, he's shocked to discover that it contains his photograph. Once opened, the locket sends Ren and Damon on a crash course towards one another that reveals hidden truths about the ruthless ways of the upper class. The lords rule on borrowed power and will go through any lengths to maintain control. My cats are fighting. Okay. Need to get moving a little faster. You guys are probably getting bored. This is The Ballad of Never After. This is the sequel to Once Upon a Broken Heart, following the Prince of Hearts. And I don't really want to give away any spoilers, but the back basically kind of has a spoiler. So yeah, just know that this is the sequel follow-up of Jack the Prince of Hearts and Evangeline Fox, and it is phenomenal. I loved the first one. Need to just jump in and finish the next two. All right, we've got The Fairway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. She's known for her really fun, cozy novels. This one's about 16-year-old Calissa, who goes to her great aunt's B&B in Vermont for the summer and finds a rundown inn rather than the cozy bed and breakfast she thought. Grumpy and eccentric, her aunt is determined to keep anyone from messing with her beloved inn, even though she clearly needs help. So, to convince her aunt to keep her around, she sets to work fixing up the inn, enlisting extra help from the groundskeeper's handsome son, and the longer she stays, the surer she is that something is strange about the B&B and its guest. Something otherworldly. Ooh, love a nice, cozy, spooky, not spooky, but like witchy book. So, yeah. Alright, we've got Snow Globe 2, which I still need to finish. I've started this. I've made it a quarter of the way through. I loved the first one. I'm struggling with this one. But it's basically a girl who kind of lives in like a snowy society outside of like a bubble dome, and the dome is warm and where there's like tons of news broadcasts, and if you get cast, you get to be part of the show, and the actors get a TV show, basically reality show that gets shown to all of the people outside of the bubble. Essentially, I can't really say too much without giving away spoilers, but if they're lucky enough, they get to go into the dome, which is warm. Everybody else outside of the dome, like, works in factories to power keeping the dome warm, and just struggles to survive. It's really, really good. If you're a fan of the Hunger Games and, like, dystopian novels, you'll love it. But yes, I need to finish the second one, and I got really bored with it. I hate to say that. I just need to pick it up and start it over. And yeah, I think it'll be really good once I have the time to get into it. Same thing kind of goes with this one. This is A Study in Drowning, and I really wanted to like it. It's hard to get through. It follows Effie, who is believed in fairy tales, even though crumbling under pressure of her first term at college, she can't seem to tell the difference between fact and fiction. Taken by chance and fate to her favorite author's estate, she stumbles upon Preston, a scholar from the Literature College, determined to find evidence that the late author was a fraud. Because Hyrith, perched on the very edge of a wrathful ocean, holds dark secrets, the likes of which both Effie and Preston thought only existed in the pages of books. The house and the truth might just ruin them both. I don't know. I feel like it kind of sounds like The Page Master. Have you guys ever seen that movie? That's kind of what the cover art looks like too. It has a really cool concept. I think it's just the author's writing style. I don't know. I can't fully get into it. Anyways. Next we've got Forest of Shadows, Frozen. Yeah, it's Frozen 2. It's basically just kind of like a really cool spin-off novel type thing of Frozen. Basically, it's following Anna trying to figure out how to help her sister because Elsa's doing just fine without her. Elsa's going to be setting sail for a tour of the world, leaving Anna behind. But a mysterious sickness strikes Arendelle and Elsa's tour gets delayed. So Anna gets the perfect opportunity to finally help her sister. She discovers a secret room in the castle and incants a magic spell, hoping it will make her dream of curing the sickness come true. Instead, a more sinister dream comes to life, and Anna's childhood nightmare of a giant, fearsome wolf ends up showing up. Joined by her sister, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven, Anna ventures into the unknown to stop the nightmare wolf before it destroys everything she holds dear. I think it sounds really fun. I already addressed this in the last one. I have The Princess Bride. This is the 30-year anniversary book, so that one I'll get to eventually. I'm curious to see if it'll be like the movie or not. We've got one that we'll be saving for winter. It's called Holiday Ever After. Oh, cutesy. This does say that it's the author of Icebreaker, so it's about Clara Davenport. She wants to climb the ladder at Davenport Creative, her family's toy business. Everything's going according to plan until the company is accused of stealing a doll design from an independent toy maker, creating a fury of bad publicity. She has a promotion in front of her and tasked to charm the locals of the small town to solve the PR nightmare by any means necessary. Jack Kelly would be happy to never hear the name Davenport again. Less than a year after a guy in a fancy suit appeared on his doorstep with a sleigh full of promises, the company that once falsely claimed they wanted to sign him copied his design. Want, want, want. Clara prances into town hoping to convince Fraser Falls that her company is not the enemy, but Jack is determined not to be fooled twice. Clara has a plan to win over the community, only to realize that beneath Jack's frosty demeanor, Jack Frost, lies the key to the town's heart. Oh, kind of sounds like a Hallmark movie, actually, but we'll give it a shot when it gets towards winter. All right, this one is called Wistress. This was actually in a free little library. It's about a girl named Mirth who was born with the ability to turn her tears into wishes, but she ends up cursed. So the next tear that she sheds will kill her. So she has to travel to the well to break her curse before it can claim her life. Wah, wah, wah. That sounds intense. This next one's a little bit unique. It's called Balancing Act, Chloe by Design. And it's 16-year-old Chloe who beats the competition and wins Teen Design Diva, but already has another challenge to face, tackling her internship. She wins the first season of a fashion reality show and is ready to start her job with famous designer Stephen Myers in New York City. But with an old crush and new challenges to contend with, Chloe has her hands full with more than just fashion. Will Chloe be able to handle both the fast-paced life of a designer and the drama of being a teenager? Wah, wah, wah. Oh no, how will she survive? This is cool though, because it kind of has like splatter paint throughout it. And then there's artwork, like designs of the outfits. I'm guessing that she probably sketches, but they're kind of scattered throughout here. So I think this is really creative. Kind of almost like comic book, but then giving you visuals of the things that she designs is my guess. But yeah, very different. I've got Elle and Blair Fowler, YouTubers that I used to watch. They don't really make much YouTube videos anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen videos from them in a long time. But they wrote basically a book about two YouTube sisters, Sophia and Ava, who get sent to the Los Angeles elite exclusive life with parties and cute guys. And Sophia finds herself torn between a bartender and millionaire playboy. Ava starts dating an A-list actor, but they discover the life they've always dreamed of comes with a cost. So I'm guessing it's probably like making sure that the sisters end up realizing how important they are to each other, and rather than getting caught up in the craziness of Hollywood, learning to appreciate each other's company. That would be my guess. All right, we've got another Sarah Dessen. Oops, I missed one. This is called The Rest of the Story. It's about Emma, who doesn't remember a lot about her mom, who died when she was 12, but she remembers... Leo's getting restless. She remembers about the big lake that went on forever that her mom used to tell her about. So Emma gets to spend the summer with her mom's family and arrives at North Lake, realizing that there are two very different communities. Her mom grew up in the working class, North Lake, and her dad spent summers in the wealthy side of the lake. The more time she spends there, the more she feels divided. To her father, she is Emma, but to her new family, she is Sailor, the name that her mom always called her. Then there's Rue, a boy who was her best friend when she was little, holding the key to her family's history and helping her put the pieces together about her past. Last two, here we go. Are you still with me? Comment a yellow heart in the comments if you're still here. You guys are real ones. Yeah. This is 1,000 Heartbeats. The cover is beyond gorgeous. It's by Kira Cass. She wrote The Selection, which is a phenomenal series. I want to get those and put them on my bookshelf. Loved them. I don't so much like the follow-up series because I think the main character is an absolute brat. It's just my opinion. I don't like her. I did read them. I did enjoy them, but she was irritating. The Selection itself is chef's kiss. All right, so this is 1,000 Heartbeats. It is about Princess Annika, who's lived a life of comfort, but no amount of luxuries can change the fact that her life isn't her own to control. The king, once her loving father, has gone cold, and she will be forced into a loveless marriage for political gain. Miles away, small comforts are few and far between for Lennox. He's devoted his life to helping his people take back the throne that was stolen from them long ago. For Lennox, the idea of love is a distraction. Nothing will stand in the way of his fight. But when love, against all odds, finds them both, they are bound by its call. They can't possibly be together, but irresistible thrum of 1,000 heartbeats won't make them stay apart. Ah! This one, just, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just the cover art, phenomenal. Look at that. It's so pretty. Almost looks like it should be like a Taylor Swift music video or something, right? Just me. Okay. Last one. You made it. The last one is our Perfect Storm, Carly Fortune, and I'll probably end up reading this one first beyond this entire stack, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm most excited about it. It's about Frankie and George, who have been best friends since they were 8. It's the eve of Frankie's wedding, and she doesn't even know if George is going to show up as her best man. But at the start of the festivities, George shows up, and it comes crashing down when her fiancé dumps her the next morning. Wah, wah, wah. Frankie returns to her family's small town to wallow, and George has a different idea. He says that we should go on the honeymoon together. Frankie agrees, seeing the trip for what it really is, one last chance to repair their friendship, even if it means probably them falling in love. Let's just say that. It says unearthing secrets and long-buried feelings neither knows how to handle. But it's gonna be a cute romance story. Yay! Great for summer. The cover is beautiful. Look at that, sprayed edges. This is the Target exclusive version. So yeah. That's my stack of books. Woo! Congrats if y'all made it. Let me know in the comments below which books you have read or which one out of this stack you want to read. Like and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!